Hello, and we're doing a reading today. We're going to be working with this little Dowsing pendulum. These are sold in my store. There are many different shapes and sizes out of different woods, so something for everyone indeed. I make them personally and they are £10 each. Okay, so we're doing a reading today. I've had a question sent in around ongoing pain and discomfort through the back, and why this person continues to have to suffer and deal with this despite self-managing and trying to move through it. Okay, so we're going to place ourselves in a bubble of protection, and we're going to go above Earth's grid and above Earth's grid again. And in this space, a completely detached point of view where we're just onlookers. We're just looking down and receiving the information that needs to be received within the highest good of this person, without judgment, without any other mental or emotional input from our personal self. Okay, so I come to the chart, and as we are balanced, I take a deep breath just to center my energy, and I focus on this person and what we need to understand before pulling cards to get a clear, accurate reading on the path forward to move out of pain. What do we need to know and recognize to get a clear and accurate reading? And it's going to show me relationship to recognize on page 7. Okay, so this is a prompt for awareness in relationships, for guidance in connecting and understanding the consciousness within these areas associated with life and what comes forth in that relationship. So we're asking to be shown exactly what we need to know for a clear and accurate reading on the path ahead. Okay, so it's a relationship with angels and guides, animal guide, ancestor guide. It's flicking between both. And connection with family. Okay, so it's telling us the relationship with animal and ancestor guide and relationship with family. And there's a confirmation of yes there. So what do we need to know about these relationships? Action to take. Okay, action to take. Strengthen. Oops, dropped my pendulum. Strengthen. And I get a feeling there's something else here. What else do we need to know? Raise vibration. Check index. Okay, so do we need page 2 or 3? Page 2. So this page addresses the where, what, or how needs to be addressed to be optimal for a messenger animal card reading. So we're told to strengthen. Looks like the relationship with teams in spirit through shared higher consciousness. So that was with family and teams in spirit, evolving and strengthening these areas before we do our card reading. Okay, is there anything else we need to know or recognize? Done. So we would go back to our main chart index. Is there anything else we need to know right now? No? Okay, so we can use this pendulum, or we could use the large pendulum. Due to the amount of space I've got underneath the camera here, we're using this pendulum, which is an in-between one. And we're just going to ask to balance and align, strengthen that relationship through shared higher consciousness, bringing in light and love. The shared higher consciousness of teams in spirit and with family ancestors in spirit, with animals in spirit. I think they were the relationships we were told, evolving and strengthening as needed. And I'm just letting really the teams in spirit do the work. I'm not particularly insisting or guiding this in any other way rather than just the intention that I've set. Take a deep breath, for it is so. Okay. Now, what else do I need to recognize moving forward? So again, we're looking to understand why he continues to feel experience pain in the back. Card spreads to explore to help shed light on this. Okay. Should go up here, chart 1, 2 or 3, chart 1, and it's prompting us to use a spread of progress, blocks and potential. Situation, obstacles, advice. Okay, it's telling us to use both. Okay, is there anything else I need to know? Okay, I'm going to leave this page up just so we've got that as guidance as I then shuffle and pull these cards. Progress, blocks and potential. Progress. Blocks. Okay, this would be a block in challenge and potential. And then we've got situation, obstacle and advice. Situation, obstacle. Feels like a right chart, which should be backwards. And advice. So let's start with these ones of progress, blocks and potential. Okay, so essentially these feel like support cards to that, as in if this is potential within any given situation associated with the back and the pain. This is the blocks, the obstacle that is being received and where it's being received from. And this is the potential and the advice around that potential to be received. Okay. I'll just move that into camera. Oops. So the beluga is about the sociability. And okay, if you're remembering that this is connecting to the teams in spirit and families through the higher shared consciousness. Okay, so that sense of where the soul's been and the evolution of the lessons learned, it feels like it's created this skeptical and unfocused energy within that higher self, and this ability to seek the answers and reflect, self-reflect, to create the positive influences is not really coming together. Okay, there's this, just this skepticism and this almost like the pain is the hostility that is continuing to be felt and resonated in. Okay, so it's quite remarkable to see that this lack of flow because there's this disconnect to the higher self and teams in spirit. This indicates that the blocks and the challenge, the pelican being very much about community. So if he's not connecting into those, to that higher teams in spirit, to higher self fluently, then you are almost individualized, that communication and confidence being broken down, so you're not fully receiving in your own soul's truth. Okay, you're not seeing the full light and full potential of how capable the mind, the body, and the soul are of moving through any situation without holding on to that wounded energy. Okay, without holding on to the fragmentation, but rather moving into where there's clarity and determination, which is the grizzly bear here. This is the solution, and how to reach that solution by play, releasing that inner torment, and just play. Believe that you can. Okay, this sense of purification and healing, and here as well, purification and healing, this which creates this sense of control. Out of lack of control and conflict, we become determined and we get clear on the steps that need to be taken to move forward fully. It's about playfulness, and rather than living in the deception and that torment of what is, debilitating in life and creating challenges ongoing every single day. This is telling you, just let go, just play and believe and trust in the process, because essentially once you reconnect to the higher parts of yourself and your teams in spirit, that you're going to be guided into this space of healing where that desire and purpose and passion is not just being recognized mentally and emotionally, but it's being felt to be able to be done physically, because you're moving into this healing with this positive energy flow, this positive vortex of coming into that. So in alignment to that, if you've got a pendulum, you could then just open for teams in spirit to work as needed to align through what we've just learnt and understood and create this positive healing for this person. Okay, in healing and in flow and joy and in the highest aspects in all areas on the path of least resistance to come forth. And we just allow the pendulum to be the channel. Okay, as in this situation, I am just a pure channel of light, and the pendulum is a tool. I'm not controlling the pendulum at all. Okay, I'm just being the channel of light for teams in spirit, for ancestors in spirit to work as needed to release, which is going anti-clockwise at the moment. So it's releasing the dense energy and any resistance, and then it's going to come back around and realign into positive energy and flow, which is where we want to be with the grizzly bear and the fox, where there's that playfulness, where there's that joy, where there's that coming together of mind, body, and soul in such beautiful unity. Okay, at the moment my pendulum is doing it's kind of like a Star of David. I love it when it does this. It calibrates through protection and healing. Bringing all into beautiful unity and alignment, mind, body, and soul. And so it is. So we could just go back and double check to see, again, as a third person, just looking in, is this problem, or has this intention, have we fully understood it as we were meant to? Okay, so I'm shown a yes there, which is great. Is there anything else we need to know or understand? And I'm shown no. Okay, brilliant. Thank you everyone, and have a wonderful day.